What's up, good people? I'm KG, Kris Gardner, owner of the Houston Roundball Review. Welcome to another edition of the Houston Roundball Review presents Let's Talk Houston Rockets post-game style. Man, boy, let's hit me up. Wow, Citizen's already here. He's ready. Rockets lost 119-106 to the Pelicans. They're now 2-11 on the season. The last 3 minutes of the fourth quarter was a disaster. Most of the fourth quarter was a disaster. First half, they kind of just went through the motions, trailed double digits at halftime. Jalen Green had a great third quarter. Rockets led going into the fourth quarter. 9 turnovers in the fourth quarter. 9. 4 in the last 2 minutes and change. They just can't close out games. Eric Gordon, turnover. Usman Garuba, travel. KPJ. I mean, just pick everybody. 4 different Rockets had a turnover in the last 2 minutes and change. 4 different ones. They're now continuing. They're finding ways to lose games now. I mean, LP did not have a good game today. Fouled out. WK, how you doing? I mean, it's let me see down the stretch. Let me check the play-by-play in this. Eric, y'all know how I feel about Eric Gordon. Anybody consistently follow this show knows how I feel about Eric Gordon. The Rockets give him too many minutes. Okay? I felt that way for a long time now. They give him too many minutes. But man, oh man, he put up some good numbers, but fourth quarter was bad. KPJ, again, getting in his feelings when another opponent goes at him, challenges him. He takes it personal, like his manhood is tested. It's not all about you, man. Let's see. Fourth quarter, Eric Gordon, 2 turnovers. KPJ, 4 turnovers. That's 6 of the 9 from really your main ball handlers. Jalen Green followed up a huge third quarter when he was outstanding. Played the whole third quarter, all 12 minutes, 5 for 7 from the floor, 3 for 5 from 3, 15 points in that third quarter. He played 8 minutes in the fourth quarter. A little bit tired. Rockets were 14 for 19 from the floor in the third quarter, 5 for 9 from 3 in that third quarter. And then the quarter ended. Fourth quarter started, 1 for 10 from 3 in the fourth quarter. 8 baskets in the fourth quarter. They had more turnovers than baskets in the fourth quarter. 9 turnovers, 8 buckets. That's why they're 2-11. I mean, that's why they're 2-11. 9 turnovers, 8 buckets in the fourth quarter. Jose Alvarado is a pest. Y'all know it. Fans know it. Media knows it. Players know it. KPJ, I guess he didn't realize it or whatever. I just, come on. Frankenstein's Lab. That's a new name. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the family. Appreciate you taking time to make comments on the show. He's Fred Van Fleet. Stripped KJ Wednesday. KPJ, excuse me. Jose got under skin today. You know, this is not the first time fans have made this statement about Scoop. Rockets, you know, they choose to look the other way with games like this. Turnovers like this from Scoop. It's just not, that's not in there, man. And Rogue Blue, you know, Detroit tonight, and he brought it up. So he brought it up. I didn't bring it up. But at least the Pistons competed tonight. Okay. They competed, put forth effort. They have problems down the stretch, too. Jay Ivey with turnovers down the stretch. Youngsters. He's not a 2-point guard. He had to play more of that role this evening with no Cade Cunningham. And he'll have to do that the next few games without Cade. But KPJ, the Total number. Let me put up his number so y'all can see it. Get tired looking at that particular scroll. Got the stats for you. You know, Jalen, 11 for 20, 5 for 10 from 3, but he had 5 turnovers. Okay? The Rockets committed 26 turnovers for 32 Pelicans points. 26 turnovers. 26 turnovers. And still had a chance to win in the last 3 minutes. 26 turnovers. But Jalen Green, 5 turnovers. KPJ, 7 turnovers. Your starting backcourt combined for 12 turnovers. 12 of the team's 26 turnovers from your starting backcourt. One more time. 12 turnovers from your starting backcourt. 12. Toss in Eric Gordon's 2. That's 14 from your ball handlers. Daisy Nix, toss him in. He had 2. So EG 2. Nix 2. KPJ 7. Jalen Green 5. That's 16 turnovers right there from the people you rely on to be good with the ball, to take care of the ball. 16 turnovers. Team had 26. This, you know, I don't know what, I assume it, but I don't know it, that the coaches, you know, game plan, Alvarado is a pest. Alvarado will get on your skin. He'll try to just piss you off, take you off your game. You got to know that. I'm not in the film study, but I assume the coaches go over that, and I assume KPJ knows that also from watching games, talking to players around the league. It's not his first year in the league, so he should know it by now. But Justin Singleton, the Goon Squad, as Ryan Hollins refers to KJ, Martin, Usman Gruber, Tariq, played better in the second half. They did not do much in the first half. They did not provide energy. First half, Rockets were lifeless. They were just going through the motions, and it showed in the halftime score. You know, halftime score, they just looked like they didn't. You know, they flew back to Houston and practiced yesterday and then went to New Orleans. Okay, they did not go from Toronto to New Orleans. They came back to Houston. First half, the Rockets had 11 turnovers in the first half. So that means they had 15 turnovers in the second half. The Pelicans only had 4 turnovers in the first half. Rockets were down by 13 points at halftime. Then Jalen Green caught life. Rockets scored 37 points in the third quarter. Outscored the Pelicans 37-23 in the third quarter. The Pelicans looked dazed and confused. They had 6 turnovers in the third quarter. Pelican fans, some fans were booing the Pelicans because of how the wheels seemed to fall off for the Pelicans in that third quarter. And then the fourth quarter came around, and the Rockets resorted to what they do and what they have done. 9 turnovers in the fourth quarter. 9. Mike Will, what is it? If I knew, I'd be in coaching. I don't know what it is. 9 turnovers. These are professionals. And they're not trying to do this stuff on purpose. It's just like a snowball rolling down the mountain. It gets bigger and bigger, and everything just, when the wheels come off, it comes off, man. It just comes off. And let me put up Jabari's numbers, because I'll get in it. Why I say this, you bring up a good point as well. And I saw this. The ball stopped moving because KPJ took Alvarado's defense personal. Try to go one-on-one against him. That's part of what KPJ tries to do. He takes stuff personal. Again, it's not about him. It's not a one-on-one competition. It's a team sport. So that's, hey, Mike Will and Wise Citizens second that comment, Alan. Y'all saw it. Y'all seen enough of Scoot's game to realize that's how he plays. he feels challenged and insulted when an opposing guard takes the ball from him once. He's got to go back at him. Got to get it back. If it happens the second time, oh, that's more. He's got to. His mindset changes. It's not about you. It's a team sport. But Jabari did not shoot well. But one thing I liked about the stat line, he only attempted 2 threes. He was 4 for 10, but he had 15 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 blocks. So he took 10 shots, and only 2 of them were threes. So he had tried other ways to score. Did not shoot 50%, but he did not rely on a 3-point jumper. So that's good to see. And we'll get to that point right here. Oh, not this one I wanted to pick, but right here. Coach Silas, the staff, Luke, Lionel Hollins, Stephen Silas, they have to rein in Kevin Porter Jr. When they see him going off the rails, going one-on-one, taking stuff personal, you got to call him out. You got to sit that. You got to squash that. It's a team sport, trying to win. Teammates need to do it too. But coaches got to do that as well. So Jalen needs to tell KPJ, yo, man, pass me the ball. I'm hot. I'm rolling. It ain't about you. Pass the ball to your teammates. But coaches got to do it too. They got to do that too. When it's affecting the outcome of games, y'all got to correct that. Y'all got to check that. So, Mike Will, everybody noticed it. I saw it on Twitter. KPJ came back in. Let me see if I can pull it up. I'll go over some more stat line here. But even KJ Martin had 3 turnovers today, unlike him. But LP today, 6 fouls, 3 for 6 from the floor, only 3 rebounds, 1 assist. So he did not have a good game. But again, let me go back to this. Rockets 12 for 36 threes, 20 for 43 from 2, 24 assists, 26 turnovers for 32 Pelicans points. They had more turnovers than assists. And in the fourth quarter, they have more turnovers than made baskets. All right. I don't know about y'all, but I'm going to take a drink on that one. It's good to Ty with the Vipers in the G League, getting some run, getting some minutes, some consistent minutes. He's the team's best pointer. The label of true point guard, lead point guard, just knowing how to run a team, specifically. Ty is the best in the organization. Okay, he's best at that. But he's a rookie. And Mike Will, none of that good stuff yet. I'm finishing off my beer. I got to go to the store and get some of the great stuff. It's holiday season, so it's time to rise and shine with the holidays. But I will be doing that, especially what I'm seeing with the Rockets. Man, oh man, goodness gracious. At this point, some of these turnovers are just mind-boggling. In addition to the ego involved, some of them are, what the hell are y'all seeing that we don't see? What did you think was going to happen there with that pass? It's just some of those, like, damn, really? What the hell? We ought to kind of keep track of that during ball games. How many, what the hell was that turnover Rockets have during games? I think we'd get all drunk if you turn that into a drinking game. Come on, man. 26 turnovers, 24 assists, 9 turnovers in one quarter. 9 turnovers in the fourth quarter, 8 baskets. They made 8 baskets, but had 9 turnovers. Terry, hope you drink some of that good rum again, my man. Thank you for chiming in from New Zealand. Let me just put it up again. Game was tied at 106. Pelicans ended the game on a 13-0 run. Rockets had 4 turnovers in the last 2:25. And Eric Gordon stepped out of bounds. Usman Garuba traveled. KPJ traveled. And then the bad pass in the final 20 seconds when Jose Alvarado was being a pest again. But damn. And yep, Rogue Blue, Cade has to, he's turned it over. Some of his passes are just too soft. He sees things that are, some of that's on him too. Some ego, and he gets in to the defense too deep, waits to pass too late, and gets in the air too much. It's a youngster thing too. But I mean, turnovers. I didn't type it, but let me see the fast break numbers. I know they're bad. Let's see. Fast break. 16-4 fast break points. Hell, it seemed like it should be more than that. Fast break points, 16-4. Points in the paint, 56-48 advantage New Orleans. Second chance points, 14-10 Rockets. Go figure that. Rockets out-rebounded the Pelicans, 43-36. But when you lose the turnover battle, the turnover points off turnovers, the point differential was 32-16 in favor of New Orleans. The Rockets lost by 13. I mean, you got to give yourself a chance to score. You don't do that, and this is obvious. Everyone knows it. You do not give yourself a chance when you have live ball turnovers. So that's losing basketball. That's in a nutshell. That's losing basketball. Y'all know it. At some point, the Rockets players are pressing. They're trying to get it all back at once. They're trying to take it upon themselves, individual, all that kind of stuff. You can't do that. So, right here, great point right here. See, this is what. Oh yeah, Terry, I've seen some turnover teams bad, and many of them are young teams, young inexperienced teams trying to do too much. This is one thing where I say this comment right here, where Jalen had the hot hand. Knicks didn't pass to Jalen, but instead did one-on-one and turned it over in the last seconds. That's a coach thing. Should sit down, they should Knicks. It's a coach thing. Sometimes basketball analysts overcomplicate things. Basketball is not that complicated. When somebody's rolling, got a hot hand, rolling, give them the ball. Give them the ball. Alex Smith, how you doing? Brandon Thomas, how you feeling with them 33 wins, B? I mean, you got a teammate rolling. Give him the ball. Jason, how you doing? Welcome to the family. Welcome to the new names. Come on. One more time. Jalen Green, third quarter, played the whole third quarter, all 12 minutes. Carried the Rockets in their third quarter because part of the third quarter, first part, they kind of stunk too. 5 for 7 field goal attempts in that third quarter. 3 for 5 from 3. Scored 15 points in that third quarter. He had 29 points after 3 quarters. Fourth quarter, he took 3 shots in 8 minutes, scored 4 points. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. 3 attempts with Jalen Green, your best offensive threat. We had it rolling. That's not good enough. That's not good enough. And they should realize that. They got to figure this stuff out, man. It's over. Don't make this stuff complicated because it ain't. This stuff is not complicated. I mean, the Rockets trail at one point in the third quarter, I think by 18 points. Is that right? And then Jalen Green went off. Jason Nix ended the third quarter with a turnover. Jalen Green made a bad pass. So he had one of his 5 turnovers. But come on, man. Rockets trail by 18 with, let me get the time right, so you can see how the game swung so quickly. 7:24 left in the third quarter. Rockets are down 78-60 after a bad pass by Scoot and a bad pass by Jalen Green. Then KPJ with a layup. Jabari with a floater. Jabari with another layup. Assist from Eric Gordon. Alpi made a hook shot. Jalen Green made 2 free throws. Jalen Green made a pull-up jumper. So he's starting to flow. So Jalen Green scored 1, 2, 4, 7, 10, 13 straight points to bring the Rockets within 84-81. So 13 straight points in a span of 3 minutes, basically. 3 minutes in the third quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, he took 3 shots. Let me see what happened tonight. I'll get the final score. Utah lost, right? Utah lost to the Wizards and gave up 121, so that's a surprise. Shout out to the Pacers because they surprised me. They're doing very well. OKC's filling up the score, 130 or more the last 2 games. So it's a topsy-turvy world right now. The Pacers beat the Raptors by 14. Philly beat the Hawks by 12. Put 121 on the Hawks. It's a strange thing, man. It's basketball. Jazz got a good coach, and they got more veterans. They got more vets, so that's also part of it. They got vets who are talented as well. Larry Markin may be their best player with a chance to be elite in the NBA, but they have a lot of good players, a lot of good veterans. Rock's got a bunch of youngsters. And good veterans are smart. So they've learned the ins and outs about what works in the game. So Alex Mid, folks are still mad at New Orleans, still mad at Eric Gordon for his time there. Yeah, back in the day when he made the trade. Yep, that's that. They have not forgiven him for that. That's years ago. And they're still booing him. Whatever. So, but I underestimated the talent and the veteran experience of Utah. And they're playing very well thus far this young season. So I've seen some of my colleagues on Twitter who are starting to put it out there about the first half, lack of effort, performance was piss poor. Putting it out there, I guess Twitter, public space. Questioning or putting out there about performance or lack thereof will get a coach fired. It's November, mid-November. Rockets are 2-11. I'm not going to name colleagues. The vast majority of my colleagues do not believe Stephen Silas will be fired during the season. But the baseline is it's Tillman. Tillman owns the team. If Tillman wants to fire Stephen, he'll fire Stephen. So mid-season or not. Did I have the Rockets down to lose this one? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Rockets had 26 turnovers, Brandon Thomas. 26 turnovers for 32 Pelicans points. 26 turnovers, 16 in the second half, 9 in the fourth quarter, and the Pels scored 15 points off those turnovers in the fourth quarter. Just in the fourth quarter. So, this point, I don't believe Stephen Silas will be fired during the season. But I maintain if they don't win more than 20 games this season, he'll be gone at the end of the season. So it's just a question of when and what they do. So that's really what this is. This performance was trash. The turnovers are trash. 20 plus turnovers is like a common theme now with these Rockets. But Tillman has done strange things. He made strange decisions. At least doing strange things with his buddy over at UH football, who's over his head. But that's a different sport. But Tillman said in the offseason he expected this year's Rockets to win more games than last year's Rockets. He didn't say how many more wins, but he said he expected them to win more this year. I still believe they will get above 20. But I think they're not going to get too much more than 20. I think my on the high end 29 seems less likely. And my man B. Thomas's 33 seems real out of reach. And my buddy Big Sarge with 37, man, what would that be? For the Rockets to 2-11, 13 games left. 13 games into the season, 69 games left. They'd have to go 35 and 34 the rest of the way to get 37 wins. That ain't happening. That is not happening. So the question is, if assuming 23, Wise Citizens putting out 23, Alex Mid has 25, would that satisfy Tillman? It would, if you're getting technical, that would be an improvement in the win-loss column compared to the previous season. Now, what Tillman said is he expected more wins this season than last season. He did not say how many more wins. So if he expected them, maybe that's where Big Sarge got the number. He and Tillman talked off record. He said, I expect 37 wins, Brian. That's what I'm looking for, 37 wins. So if he expected that many, then 23 ain't going to get it done. 25 won't either. But if he's okay with 25, and they get 25, then he'd be all right. Because, hell, if the Rockets win the lottery in May 20th, whatever the hell the date is, and they get Victor Wembanyama's rights, someone might be grinning ear to ear. So who knows? But expectations, a 2-11 start, 10 of these first 13 games on the road. So 3-10, I think on the high end, I think the fans, when we were doing our predictions, I think 4-9 might have been the high end in our predictions in these first 13. I think the range of like 2-11 to 4-9. So, all right, Mike Will. Yeah, and Mike, may I ask you, what changes in the lineup would you like to see the Rockets make? I'm assuming you're talking about the starting five. And I know one thing I don't want to see, and I've said it for a while. So, Brandon, the core is there. It's talented. It needs to be tweaked. KPJ, it's not in his game. He's not a true point guard. He's not a lead guard. He's going to have turnover issues like this. How much patience will Tillman have? How much patience will the fans have? I don't want to see Eric Gordon. Let me see how many minutes did Eric Gordon get. Let's go with that. EG played 30 minutes. To me, that's probably 6 to 10 minutes too much for me. Ideally, I like to see Eric Gordon play in no more than probably 24 minutes in a game. 2024, not 30. That's me. Okay? So until that changes, I see it. And this is true. This is the last year Rockets have their own first round pick. And then, of course, you got to see what is going to happen with the Brooklyn Nets for the next few years. KDC, I'm good with Eric still being on the team. Hell, still being in the rotation, just not in the starting lineup. I just don't see it. I don't agree with it. He's not playing well enough as a starter to justify starting him. So, I mean, let me see. I do not think that's right, Jamon, in terms of the protections for this. Wrong screen. Let's see if I got it here. Still have it. I'd have to probably look at the old slides and see if I still have anything like that. Let's see what this one says here. There we go, right there. There you go, right there. I still got it up. So I have the information right there in my slides. So Rockets have their own pick in 23. So that's, as you see right there, courtesy of Bobby Marks, the ESPN Insider. So there you go with the info. So jot that down. We're having classes in session. We're having a slide presentation here on the Let's Talk Houston Rockets post-game show. So take note of these. There'll be a test on this in a month. No, there won't. No, there won't. But there's the information right there regarding the draft picks. So, yeah, I do not want Eric Gordon starting. Period. I've felt that way for a while. Unfortunately, I think they're still going to do it, but I don't believe they should. So there you see the unprotected picks involved. Yeah, Bucks pick will be late first round. And now we're going to get back into some questions because this is going to be a good one here as well. When Jaysean does get healthy and can stay healthy, what are they going to do with his minutes? KJ Martin's move to the small forward spot has helped KJ Martin and has hurt Josh Christopher's minutes. So in order for the younger guys to get minutes, Eric Gordon's probably not going to get minutes. I'm okay with that. But so, and again, keep in mind, KPJ's guarantees, I think this first year is guaranteed. He's got options and stuff from the last 3 years of his deal. So that's a good thing, I think. So Rockets have questions they need to answer. And once again, we're talking Rockets in the loss to the Pelicans, 119-106, Saturday evening. Going to get into turnovers. The Rockets had 26 turnovers in this game, 9 of them in the fourth quarter. Jalen Green scored very well, had a great third quarter, 33 points overall, 29 points in the first 3 quarters, just 4 points on 3 shot attempts in the fourth quarter. He did have 5 turnovers. KPJ had 7 turnovers. So Jalen Green and KPJ combined for 56 points on 20 for 36 field goal shooting, including 8 for 19 from 3, combined for 9 assists, and combined for 12 turnovers. 12 of the team's 26 turnovers. So, yep, I hope you guys noticed or read Coach Silas's comments about Josh Christopher and why he hasn't played last few games. And he says Josh will get minutes soon. Let me see. What did KDC say? Where did I miss from KDC? Probably, yeah. I think Jason, at the 4, probably is going to happen. Steven, how you doing? Steven Fernandez. Yeah, even when Jason comes back, it gets cleared medically. He shouldn't start. KJ Martin should be the starting small forward, in my opinion. Rockets play the Clippers on Monday in Houston, 7 p.m. So then they go to Dallas on Wednesday, the 16th. So once again, I'm slipping here. Cheers, everybody, for tuning in to this kind of KG After Dark edition post-game show of Let's Talk Houston Rockets. Rockets lost in New Orleans, 119-106 to the Pelicans. The game was tied at 106 with 2:58 to go in the fourth quarter. So do the math. Rockets were outscored 13-0 in the last 2:58. Bruno, I think within a week, Justin, I think within the next, barring a setback, within the next 7 days or so. Thoughts on Jose and Ingram at the end of the steal, the talk. Jose Alvarado being the younger version of Patrick Beverly, being a pest, going for the steal, getting a steal from Jabari inbound pass, and then all the trash talking between folks, and Jose pointing to the scoreboard, and KJ coming to defend Scoot want to challenge Jose. But Jose Alvarado is a pest. You watch the NBA, you watch the Pelicans, you know that he's a pest. You know he tries to do stuff to get under your skin. He got under Scoot's skin this evening. Scoot had 7 turnovers. Scoot needs to be more mad at himself than Alvarado. Okay? Scoot, KPJ, you had 7 turnovers. 7. So be pissed off at yourself. Be pissed off at what you did down the stretch. Be pissed off that you in the fourth quarter had 4 turnovers in your 9 minutes, 41 seconds. You had 4 of the team's 9 turnovers in that fourth quarter. That's you. So Pels had 4 steals in the fourth quarter. Pels had in the game 13 steals. So Rockets had 26 turnovers. New Orleans had 13 steals. So that's, and that's, if you know someone, how they play, and see, there you go right there. Steve Fernandez said it very well, said it better than I can. KPJ got to this game talk, 7 turnovers. There's got to be that mythical book around the league that teams, players know. You get under you get under KPJ's skin, you get him off his game. You're trying to go one-on-one and slow down the Rockets offense. So you do that. Hey, you got it. I mean, And Alan, I saw your about the staggered minutes. It's been inconsistent. At some points, the minutes have been staggered between Jalen Green and KPJ, and then some games it hasn't. That needs to be a consistent theme for every game. Stagger the minutes. The less Daishen Nix has the ball in his hands, the better. Okay? But KPJ cannot have 7 turnovers. And Eric Gordon's ball handling. He had 2 turnovers in the fourth quarter. Eric Gordon cries for fouls. That's what he does. He's done it a lot. So, there's a lot of things that they need to fix and look internal. So, Daishen Nix, and like I said, and we've touched on this comment that Wyatt Siddis has made. Eric Gordon crying for calls and whining to the refs does rub off on the Rockets' young players. It does. It has. I don't like to see it. What good does it do? How many times has crying and putting your hands up to the sky, crying to the refs worked? And the ref said, "My fault." You right, Eric. My fault. You know what, Eric? If you hadn't cried like a baby and tossed your hands up, you right. Because you did, I'm going to change my call. You right. You sure are right. My fault, Eric. Eric Gordon, you are right. Eric, as a veteran in the NBA, you never are wrong. So yeah, Eric, you are correct. Yeah, my bad. My bad, Eric. I'm the ref. I'm wrong. You right. So yeah, that's right, Eric. I'm sorry. Let me go change the call. Eric Gordon was fouled on that drive. He goes to the line for 2 free throws. Yep, Eric, my bad. Okay. Come on. And do I think Eric will be traded by deadline? I think that's on Eric. I mean, Rockets still believe in him. The coaching staff, the administration, they still believe in him. It's a great point. When Eric throws his hands up and waits to cry to the refs, it's 5-on-4 for the other team. That's a vet. That's the veteran of your young core, the leader. So not getting back on defense, that hurts the Rockets. That hurts the team. When you're stopping to cry about a call that you're not going to get anyway. The Rockets still holds out the belief that they deserve a first-round pick, that Eric Gordon is worth a first-round pick. We'll see about that one. But I think Eric Gordon should be coming off the bench, leading the second unit. I mean, one of Daishen Nix's best games from 3-point range this season was when he played off the ball and Eric Gordon was leading the offense. Just saying. So I think Steve Gonzalez depends on and relies on Eric too much. And I'm gonna go this way. Eric is a veteran. He's a good leader in the locker room. But playing him 30 minutes a game and you're still losing, so why not give some of those minutes to your younger players instead of giving them to your veteran player? Yep. Kelly Eco reported that KJ is open to a contract extension. It's amazing how things change just after a few months, but Rockets changed his role. And Jae'Sean Tate got hurt. And KJ has ran with that. So, Boban's here. I mean, I'm not sure about here to stay or whatever, but Boban's here. I mean, has Derek Favors landed on a team yet? So, but Boban's here, and he'll play against other teams' huge center, and that's if a team doesn't have it, Boban won't play. Cheers. So, once Bruno is clear to play, gets his conditioning level back up to NBA play, I doubt Boban will see the court in games. So I think KJ starting at the 3 would be better for the Rockets, and then bringing Jason off the bench with Eric. Tari would help stabilize the bench. Mix of some offense and some defense in that group. I think Bruno's coming back within the week, Brandon. So we are not right. Why I said this, we have KJ should be starting at the 3. So that some of y'all said that for a while. I've said Eric should not be starting, period, for a while. But we are not the coaches. We are not the administration. We're not the GM. Change needs to be coming. I mean, Bruno's traveled with the team. I've seen him take shots in practice, well, after practice. Bruno turned into a Robert Williams type player. He's not quite as tall as Robert. He's not as athletic as Robert, as the Time Lord. But if he could have an impact similar to Robert Williams, that'd be a benefit. Use another athletic big man who can have an impact and run the floor, be a rim threat. You're seeing Oos play better on defense. He made a 3-point shot that was not a corner 3 this evening. I think he surprised himself when he made that 3. He was hyped after he made that 3-pointer. So Usman's earning his minutes. He's played well. Bruno, healthy, adds another athletic big man to the rotation, which the Rockets really need. So some help is arriving. Tata plays well with the Vipers. Learns he can run the offense effectively. I think he'll be back up with the big squad. I think he should be back up with the big squad once he proves he's too good for the G League. So those are some areas that they can improve. Tweaking the starting lineup, I think, needs to be done. Bringing Eric Gordon off the bench needs to be done. Tony M, it's just Boban is not generating ticket revenue for the Rockets. It's just, excuse me, tapping the mic. From a basketball standpoint, he does not fit what the Rockets need right now. Okay? Clearly. He's a great dude, great in the locker room. He's willing to help out his teammates after practice. Boban works hard. I've seen him when practice ends. He stays after for 30, 45 minutes. He puts in work. Stuff that he won't probably ever do in games. He runs the floor, shoots threes, works on low post moves. All these he does extra things that coaches love. He will not get minutes once Bruno returns. He's How many did he get tonight? The shine he got tonight, what was it? He got 4 minutes tonight. 2 points, 2 rebounds, 1 turnover in 4 minutes, 8 seconds. Josh Christopher got 6 minutes, was 0 for 2 from the floor. 1 board, 1 steal, 1 turnover. Damn. I just noticed this. The Rockets, 11 Rockets played. Okay, 11 Rockets played. All 11 had at least 1 turnover. All 11 had at least 1 turnover. 26 turnovers, 32 points off those turnovers. So, Boban, he plays against other teams big. But once the other team sees him on the floor, they involve him in pick and roll. Boban going to stay in drop coverage, and then other team does they do, that way. So Boban will play, if he plays 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes, usually that's in the first half. See if you get any shine in the second half against Valanciunas. No. So we got no shine, no run in the second half. So, he wasn't the reason Rockets lost. He did his role in that first half, and he was done. Those minutes, and then some will go to Bruno once Bruno's clear to play. It's on KPJ, Jalen Green, Eric Gordon, and Daisha Nix to not have a combined 16 turnovers. Before them had 16 turnovers. The Rockets had 26 turnovers. 26. New Orleans had 13 steals. New Orleans had, in the game, 12 turnovers. 12 turnovers for New Orleans, 26 turnovers for the Rockets. The points off turnovers differential was 16. 32-16 advantage Pelicans. They won by 13. This stuff ain't hard. It's not that hard. Brandon, touched on it. Jalen Green only got 3 shots in the fourth quarter. That's not enough. that's not enough. Part of that is on KPJ. Let me look up who took up fourth quarter numbers, the field goal attempt breakdown in the fourth quarter. Probably shake my head. All right. Eric Gordon, 1 attempt. Jabari, 2 attempts, 0 for 2. KPJ, 2 for 5. Jalen Green, 2 for 3. Oos, 1 for 1. KJ, 2 for 4. Tari Eason, 0 for 3. So KPJ and KJ Martin were 2 teammates, 2 Rockets who took more attempts in the fourth quarter than Jalen Green. And I think we all agree that I really don't want either one of them taking more shots than Jalen Green in the fourth quarter. So get the ball to the man with the hot hand. This ain't hard. Okay, this is not complicated. When a teammate is rolling, let him roll. Let him shoot his arm off until he cools off. Jalen had 13 points in a 5-minute stretch in the third quarter. And let me see. Fourth quarter, Alvarado of KPJ's 4 turnovers. Jose Alvarado had Jose Alvarado had 3 steals in the fourth quarter. KPJ had 4 turnovers. KPJ, 4 turnovers in the fourth. Jose, 3 steals in the fourth. Well, good people, hope you enjoyed your adult beverage this evening like I did. And will continue to do so. Monday's show may not be a Monday show. It's a home game. So I will be at Fertitta Center for the best basketball team, the best men's basketball team in Houston, when the third-ranked Cougs play Oral Roberts and guard Max Abmas, one of the leading scoring guards in the country, to go against Marcus Sasser, All-American preseason, and Jamal Shead against the Cougs. Also, the homecoming of Cameron Amberee for Oral Roberts. He's from Houston. His mom played at Rice a long time ago. I covered her when she played at Rice. So it'll be a reunion for me and the family. Saw his dad played HBU back in the day too. So I'm definitely going to be covering that game. Be there for that. So Rockets play the Clippers. Clippers are struggling as well. So that'll be an interesting game. Monday, the Rockets then go to Dallas to play Christian Wood, Luka, and the Mavs on Wednesday, the 16th, when the Cougs host TSU, Texas Southern, at home on Wednesday as well. So, Rocket fans, keep your head up. I think it'll get better at some point. Starts with taking care of the ball and not having so many freaking live ball turnovers. So, Rockets, Clippers, that should be interesting. I mean, the Clippers, what was it, the score of the Clippers game today? The Clippers got thumped, right? Yeah, by the Nets, of all people. 110-95. So it's not like the Clippers are setting the world on fire. Let me see. Clippers are 7-6. Paul George game, so PD, Rockets don't have an answer for Paul George. What Tar Houston could be. So, look at this. Lakers 2 wins, Rockets 2 wins. The next team closest to them is Minnesota with 5 wins. Golden State, how about that? The Kings are 5-6, Warriors 5-7, OKC 5-7, T-Wolves 5-8. Then the Lakers 2-10, and the Rockets 2-11. Eastern Conference, Hornets and Detroit holding up everybody else. They both are 3-11. OKC got another win. 2 in a row Orlando got another win. 2 in a row for Orlando without Paolo. So down there, Rockets and Lakers. Well, Timberwolves are that trade they made. Well, there you go. You get what you get. But good people, take care of yourselves. Thank you as always for your comments. Spend the time with me on these late nights. And in Terry's case, I forgot, Terry, what time is it in the afternoon in New Zealand, right, Terry? I think you said it's a 15-hour difference. I think you said that. So Houston Roundball Review got fans in Brazil, London, New Zealand, the Philippines. So it's all good. Brandon Thomas says your prediction was wrong, B. I did not forget. You predicted the Rockets would beat the Pelicans this evening. I want to say your score was almost right, though. Because did you say like 117, 108, I think? So you were close on the numbers, just wrong on the team. But it's all good. 6:30 Sunday. And so, okay. So, now we got the daylight saving time, or standard time back. Okay. But yeah, Brandon, I respect you for standing by your predictions, and you were here like you said you would be, win or lose. So salute to you. You and the family members on here make the show fun. So 116, 108. You were close on the numbers. So yeah, it's all good there. Wise Citizens, Brandon Thomas, Terry Agent, KDC, Alan Luna, Justin Singleton, Mike Will. Let me see. I saw some new names earlier on. I think, what was it? Frankenstein? What was that? Frankenstein. Jamon as well. Thank you as well. Justin Singleton, thank you for taking time to comment on the show during the show. Jamon, Tony M is a rock supporter of the Houston Roundball Review YouTube channel. He's here for a post-game with the Rockets, post-game with the Cougs, football and basketball. So thank you very much for all that. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell if you are a subscriber so you can receive notifications when new videos are posted. And I hope you guys noticed or looked at my interview with, my guest on the lunch break on Thursday with me and AJ Jones, had the president of the Houston local organizing committee for the men's Final Four, Holly Kesterson. I'm going to start. I'm pushing for the Final Four. I'm going to be covering Final Four events between now and then in March and April in H-Town. So thank you very much. Holly's going to be a guest probably at least once a month, hopefully between now and Final Four in H-Town next year. Now, many other places got the president of the HLOC appearing on that show. I'm just saying. So y'all keep that in mind as well. Thank you as always, everybody, for taking time. I'm not riding with Silas. Rich Bass, you missed half the discussion. I said, I've never ridden with Silas. I said point blank that if he doesn't win 20 games, he'll be gone. I said more colleagues. I had one colleague this evening put out on Twitter publicly that that first half was trash. That first half effort was trash. And if that first half effort gets coaches fired, then Jalen Green went off in that third quarter, and the Rockets showed some life and some spark. Winning 6 turnovers, 26, 12 from your starting backcourt. Blame who you want to blame. If Tim wants to fire Steven Silas tomorrow, you'll do it. Won't change win total this year. They're still not winning 33 games. 33, 37, 30. Whoever the hell the coach is. Whoever it is. So if Tim wants to fire Steven Silas tomorrow, he can. I don't believe Steven Silas will be here when the Rockets start winning again. I've said that for 2 years. I think he'll be gone. So I'm not riding with Silas. Hell, I don't ride anybody. I'm not a Rockets fan. I haven't been since Ralph Sampson days, a long time ago. So I don't ride with him. So keep that in mind. KPJ not a point guard tonight. 7 turnovers, and he takes stuff personal. It's not about you, man. That one-on-one stuff, you got your teammate rolling, give him the ball. Let him keep rolling. 7 turnovers, 4 in the fourth quarter. Winning time. He has to be better. But that's what things are with these Rockets. They find ways to lose. That's what bad teams do. Find ways to lose. Great teams find ways to win. And the Rockets are far from that. Trust on that. They are far from that. Will Scoot Henderson solve the Rockets' problems in the backcourt? We'll see. So I think he'd be an upgrade to what they got at one spot. I think we agree on that. But then they got to finish second in the lottery. This season is about growth, but it's also about, in my opinion, and I think fans and Tillman, and hell, even Steven Silas, about winning more games than last year. 20 is the number they got to beat. They got to win more than 20 games. If they don't, whole new staff. Whole new staff. If they win less than 20 games this year, clean house. On that note, great people, tune in, subscribe to the channel, click on that bell to receive notifications of new vids posted. Going to talk sports tomorrow. I think, tomorrow still. Sunday, we're going to talk about the Rockets, Cougs, football and basketball. Going to preview Monday's game against Oral Roberts, all on Folks Talking Sports with me and Andy Yanez and James Mueller at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. So tune in for that as well. We'll talk about the Cougs football team's escape over a not very good Temple Owls team today, but they got the win. So tune in tomorrow for that. So as always, thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedules, your nightlife, to comment about your favorite Rockets. See you next week, probably Wednesday after Rockets-Mavs game in Dallas. So take care, you guys. Enjoy your Sunday. Until Wednesday, I think. Peace.